Hey guys, today we're gonna be reacting to Elite Cameraman Did Secret Agent Kill Plunger. Like I said, I don't think, Defuk did anything since, well, it looks like, from that direct hit, the real scientist did, like, shot him, even though he blocked the gun. It's still, like, it looks like that's how he lost his legs, because his legs got blown off. So I don't think Defuk did anything to, like, kill him or anything. So, yeah. But what is this? So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. Elite Cameraman here. Did you guys know that we actually saw the green cameraman that teleported Plunger Cameraman to the secret agent's secret room in episodes 67 to 70? And looking back, this was all obvious from the start, and the secret agent was paving the road for the bunker squad all along. Also, we'll have to talk about the death of the Plunger Cameraman because many people think that his death was caused by the scientist toilet and not the secret.
I mean, it's obviously caused by the scientist, because, well, that would make more sense since he literally crawled over to Dark Speaker. So, yeah.
Agent. With this, we might get into if the secret.
But then again, before, those cameramen teleported him to Defuk, we didn't really see sparks, because even when he looks up, you can still see the sparks. So I'm not sure if that's confirming, he did anything, but if he actually did kill Plunger, then, what a lot of people been saying, he knew too much, but I really don't think he knew too much. I mean, who knows?
Actually evil or not, and why he was talking to the scientist toilet, because after I posted my analysis yesterday, I realized that I missed something. Also, what I'm going to explain might explain why we thought the secret agent was observing the Plunger Cameraman from episodes 45 to 63. Because if you guys are new to here, we guessed that the secret agent was watching the Plunger Cameraman because almost every time Plunger Cameraman was present, the secret agent was also present. An example of this is episode 45, the first time the secret agent...
I remember there was a lot of theories on why, in almost every episode, where almost everywhere Plunger was, Defuk was there. And a lot of people thought he was watching Plunger because he was amazed by how Plunger fights, and he's the only since he was the only cameraman who did that. But as we know, that's not the case. It was just a coincidence.
Appeared, which was next to Plunger.
I mean, maybe Boom was planning on having the secret agent take interest in Plunger back then, but now not so.
Cameraman, or episode 55, where we thought the secret agent was watching the Plunger Cameraman from the balcony. With all this context, I think we can now start talking about how this ties into episode 70, part 3. But before we do that, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss anything. Anyways, here we go. Weirdly enough, I said, in episode where we thought the secret agent was watching the Plunger Cameraman from the balcony, the reason I said we thought is because there is a very likely chance that it had a different reason. If you watch episode 55 carefully, we can actually see one of the green cameraman. At least I think we can. Maybe this is a coincidence, but after what I'm going to show you next, it has a pretty likely chance of being real. After this, we have episode 56. Which weirdly enough has the secret agent and one of the green cameraman once again. The secret agent was actually in the car watching everyone in this episode. And we can literally see the green cameraman with the same tie pattern as the green cameraman we saw in episode 70, part 3.
I mean, the problem with that is his suit is not green and neither is his tie, so I don't think this was a cameraman working with the Defuk back then. But who knows, I could be wrong.
Maybe this was when the secret agent recruited both of them because we don't see them again until they are inside the bunker.
I mean, now that I think about it, after seeing these two cameramen being controlled by Boom, there could be a lot more members of the Alliance that could be being controlled by him and that we don't know about. But I doubt it, but who knows.
This next thing I'm about to tell you made me more sure about this theory because if you guys didn't know, in episode 65, we actually were in the POV of the lucky cameraman who we know works with the secret agent now, but back then I don't think he was on his side because At the end of the episode, after the Titans got surprise attacked by acid nukes, we actually saw the secret agent watching the lucky cameraman from inside the car, just like what he did to the last green cameraman I showed you. I think with all these 3 clips, we can surely say that these were not coincidences, and Boom actually has been giving us hints for months now. Now that we know where they came from, we can move on to the last couple episodes and where they appeared and how we could have figured out what was going to happen. We already know that the lucky cameraman was in the bunker before anyone got there in episode 67, part 4.
I mean, now that we know they can turn invisible, he most likely just turned invisible and walked right in there without anybody noticing, and when he noticed other people were coming in, he turned uninvisible so they wouldn't suspect anything. But I don't know why, it would have been more smarter for him to just stay invisible so they wouldn't know he was there. But then again, there's probably a limit on how long you can turn invisible. So, yeah.
And now it makes sense why we couldn't see him get in, because we learned that they can turn invisible. He probably turned visible after seeing people get in, but what I didn't realize while analyzing episode 70 part 3 was the fact that the 2 green cameramen also went into the bunker with the squad, but looking back, they were awfully weird. These Bloods acted incredibly weird, and knowing that they used to be normal in episodes 55 and 56, I think we can assume that either their memories have been wiped or they have been completely brainwashed by the secret agent. Alongside this, they probably got some new abilities because we actually...
I mean, I don't think they were controlled by, Boom in this episode. But hey,
We saw them use a green light from their flash to teleport Plunger Cameraman consciousness next to the secret agent.
I mean, there isn't really a way to explain it. I mean, the only way that you could explain it is that these cameramen aren't real, since we only see them when they get, when they hack into us, or something like that. So, yeah.
It really looked like this was their first time going on a mission from the way they acted after seeing the injured large speaker man die. And they actually were the ones that gave the plunger cameraman his plunger. I think this ties into one of the things the secret agent said in episode 70 part 3. If you guys have watched my episode 70 part 3 analysis, you'd know that the secret agent actually said, "My little pawn will kill you." And I think he was talking about the plunger cameraman here, because everything...
Or maybe he didn't know Lucky was dead, or maybe he was talking about the other 2 cameramen he has control of.
Was set up in a way for plunger cameraman to reach the scientist toilet.
Well, as we know, Lucky's not dead. He's still alive, but... Yeah.
But why were they in the bunker in the first place? Couldn't they have just given the plunger before they entered? This actually has a reason. In episode 70 part 3, we heard the secret agent saying, "There is no evidence left except one," while point at the plunger cameraman, which means he 100% was the one that killed plunger cameraman, and it was to get rid of all the evidence because he was the only person left that saw the secret agent talking to the scientist toilet, and the secret agent posted on the wall in episode 70 part 2.
I mean, if the Fook really did kill Plunger, it's probably because he saw, he knew too much, because him and Dark Speaker both saw, him talking to the scientist, and, well, he was one of the first cameramen. Well, he was actually the second, if we're counting now, he's, the 4th cameraman to actually know about the secret, about the Fook's existence in this universe. But yeah, but I'm surprised he didn't use him on his side. I thought he would hack into Plunger and use him to spy on the other cameramen, but no. But if he really did kill him, then if he killed him because he knew too much, he didn't have to kill him. He could have just hacked him how he did with the other 3 cameramen, with Lucky and the twins. So, yeah, he didn't have to kill him.
But the secret agent knew that if a whole squad goes inside the bunker and learn a bunch of stuff they shouldn't have, he would need to get rid of the evidence. Thus, why the green cameraman entered the base. He may have given this mission to the lucky cameraman at first, but maybe he didn't trust him enough yet because it looked like he still remembered everything, and there was a likely chance that he wasn't going to kill his friends. So he ordered the green cameraman to observe him and take over the mission if needed. And this will all make sense after I show you the timeline of events from the green cameraman's perspective. First, in episode 68, we see one of the green cameraman flushing a toilet and going right next to the door lock as if he knows what it is, and he just stands there until the lucky cameraman comes and unlocks the door with his remote hacking tool. But that wasn't the weird thing, because after he does this, the green cameraman actually shows his hand to try and shake lucky cameraman's hand until he realizes he messed up and changes to a thumbs up. Where else did we see this hand gesture? In the last episode, when both of the green cameramen saw each other after completing the mission. This gesture is probably just like the thumbs up emote the normal cameraman have, and the fact that the green cameraman tried to shake lucky cameraman's hand was to foreshadow the fact that they are on the same side.
I mean, I don't think that meant anything. Like, just because another cameraman, like, puts out his hand to shake his hand doesn't mean they're on the same team. But it's still possible. So yeah, but if these twin cameramen were being controlled by Boom, like, in this episode, and we didn't know it, then that's crazy, because, well, yeah. But if they were being controlled by Boom, then I guess, like, that explains it. So, yeah.
But the weirdness doesn't end there, because later in the episode, when they went to the factory side, we saw Plunger cameraman's camera getting transmission and recording errors. We thought this was the doing of the secret agent because of the green glow we saw in the factory. But maybe it wasn't even him, because right when he turns back after the error comes up, we can actually see the green cameraman doing something with his hands for a split second.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's just him doing, like, a gesture or something like that. But if they were actually being controlled by Boom as well in that episode, then, and we didn't know it, then that's crazy. But I guess that would explain how they're still alive and all of that.
After watching episode 70 part 3, where we saw the green cameraman make Plunger cameraman invisible, I think it's very possible that the green cameraman have these abilities. After this...
Well, here's what I think happened. So, I think, like, if they were being controlled by Boom in that episode, then when they were getting chased by Michael, they could have turned invisible and made it seem like they died, but in reality, they survived. But that wouldn't explain how they got a new arm, so I'm starting to doubt that, but who knows? Maybe maybe Boom gave them another arm. I don't know. So, yeah, but if that is the case, then that explains how they are alive. And hopefully this does get confirmed in the future episode. Like, hopefully when the full episode comes out, we actually see what happened from their POV. And it confirms that this theory is true.
Seeing even weirder interactions from the green cameraman, because 50 seconds into the episode, we literally see them staring into Plunger cameraman's soul. Things get even weirder half a minute later, because after the alarms start, we can actually see them acting awfully sus for a second when Plunger cameraman is looking at the hallway. Instead of looking at the hallway, the two green cameramen look at each other as if they are planning something, and I think this is where they pretend to die and go invisible. Because while the whole squad is running at some point, they stop as if they are trying to protect the squad. And when the squad gets on the other side of the door, we saw the two green cameramen running for their lives trying to escape the Michael Jackson toilet. At least that's what we thought, because after Michael Jackson toilet supposedly hits them, did you see any bodies? Shouldn't their pieces have been flung around?
I mean, who knows, because it looks like there was a, explosion when it looked like they got hit. So, yeah, so just because we didn't see any of their body parts fly around or anything, it does look like there was a explosion, but who knows, anything's possible at this point, but I doubt it. But if Boom really was controlling them at that time and they turned invisible to make it seem like they died, or they teleported and they went back to Boom to get some repairs real quick, then, well, I guess it explains how they are alive.
But there was simply Nothing. Why could that be?
But Boom might hear this theory and continue with it. So, yeah.
The only answer is that they turned invisible in the last second and escaped, or they just teleported, because we know that the secret agent can turn invisible, teleport, and hack cameras. So if the green cameraman can already do 2 of these, why can't they teleport as well? The only question I got here is the arm of one of the green
I mean, I
camera...
really hope there is a, like, secret scene in the full episode that, like, we get, like, the POV from one of them, and we actually get to see what happened. And if it says recording issue or something like that, or they teleport away and they actually are working with Boom, then that was a pretty smart plan of Boom to make it seem like these 2 cameramen died when they really didn't. But I don't know why he would do that. So, yeah. Like, it wouldn't really make sense for him to do that. But if he did do it, then there had to be a reason, obviously.
Man, and how he got it back. But I guess with the powers of the secret agent and what he provides, it's possible that he got a new one instantly. Also, this shows us that...
I mean, we know that Boom does have some of the cameraman's technology from when they died, because we know he has picked up dead cameramen before, so he probably just gave him a new arm from one of those cameramen.
Plunger cameraman being mad at the Dark Speaker Man was literally for nothing, and their feud in the last couple episodes have been over a lie that the secret agent set up. Even if the secret agent...
I mean, imagine if Plunger and Dark Speaker dying was, like, and possibly the scientist getting killed was all a part of, his plan, and it worked. Like, imagine if, like, everything that happened was a part of his plan, like, these 2 faking their death, this, like, the beef between Plunger, and, well... Dark Speaker and the real scientist getting killed, and then them both dying. Like, imagine if, like, I can actually seeing that be, like, according to his plan, and if so, then it went perfectly. Like, nothing went out of plan at all. So if that was a part of the plan, then, well, congrats to him, because, like, he must be really smart if he managed to come up with this, and it all went to plan. So, yeah, but obviously the Toilets know about his existence, but did they know about the plan? Probably not. Because I'm pretty sure if this was a part of his plan, the scientist wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna die to make your plan work. So, yeah. I don't think they knew what the plan, about the plan, though. Anyways, let's get back.
Is actually good overall. The pain he caused this legendary duo is unmeasurable at this point. After this, the next time we see the green cameraman is actually at the end of episode 70, part 1, after the lights went out inside the bunker and we saw the ghost cameraman.
Bro's still calling them ghost even after he gave us a explanation on how they could have survived.
Everyone was so confused, but I guess it was the green cameraman who were continuing their...
I mean, everybody thought those were ghosts, but, like, now hearing Elite's theory and my theory, I think that's the most logical explanation. But, yeah, but hopefully Boom does end up confirming this in a future episode. Possibly in the secret scenes for the full episode, but who knows. But if he ends up premiering the full episode, I will live stream until it goes on to see the secret scenes. And, well, yeah.
Mission in secret, and this was confirmed with episode 70, part 3. In episode 70, part 2, not much happened about the green cameraman, other than Lucky Cameraman faking that he is dead. But now we need to talk about the real deal, since you guys know the whole timeline of the event before episode 70, part 3. Let's start with what the secret agent said to the scientist toilet, because it's important. In my episode analysis, I mentioned that the secret agent said, "I guess I can't be trusted."
I mean, I don't think he said, "I guess I can't be trusted." I think what he said there is, "I guess I can't trust you." So, yeah, because, like he said, it was silly. My little pond will kill you, and, well, I guess I can't be trusted, and goodbye, so yeah.
To the scientist toilet. But I didn't understand why he would say this back then. but it clicked right after I was finished with
But if I am right and that's what he did say, then clearly the scientist did something to lose Boom's trust. So,
my
yeah.
analysis. I think the secret agent was never really helping the scientist's toilet, because at the end of the episode, when he was talking to Plunger Cameraman, he actually seemed like he was trying to get rid of the toilets and knew that the Astro toilets would be the next threat. It's very possible that the secret agent started talking to the scientist's toilet for a while to trick him, and maybe even promised many stuff, but his plan all along was to kill the scientist's toilet, and the best way to do that was to distract him while he was using his pawns from the Alliance side. Blood really has 900 IQ, but I don't think this necessarily means that he is on the Alliance's side. I think after this episode we can say that there are 4 sides: the Alliance, the secret agent, the Astro toilets, and probably the remaining toilets that'll most likely go under G-Man toilet from now on. And I don't think the secret agent wants to stay in secret as his name suggests. He didn't want any...
Yeah, but, I just noticed how shocked Plunger was to see his legs were missing. So, yeah, but I still think the scientist did that. But if I'm wrong and the Fluke did it himself, then it's obviously because he knew too much. So, yeah. And if he did do it, then that means he's most likely on the toilet side, which is not good. And if he is, then the Alliance is fucked, because what are they gonna really do to fight against him if they learn that he exists? Because from what we've been seeing, he's like a god in the Skippity universe. So there's really nothing they can do against him. Because if he has the ability to hack into them, he probably has the ability to shut them down. So, all he has to do is just shut all of them down, and he doesn't have to deal with them anymore. So, yeah, if they, do try to fight against him, there's really nothing they can do about it, so, yeah.
One knowing he had ties with the toilets, so he had to remove all the evidence, meaning everyone who wasn't on his side in the bunker raid had to die, and the second Plunger Cameraman and Dark Speaker Man entered the bunker. Their fates were sealed. I think with the end of this arc, even crazier episodes are awaiting us. If you have any other theories, make sure to write them down. Also, like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
Okay, so that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, but what do you guys think of that theory saying of those 2 cameramen possibly being those twins were possibly on Boom's side and being controlled by him, back in that episode, back in episode 69. I think I believe that I'm kind of in the mixture between I believe it, but at the same time, I don't think that's the case. So, yeah, but I think it's most likely the case, but at the same time, it's not likely, so I don't know what to believe. But if that is the case, then that explains how they are still alive. So, yeah, including Lucky. But, who knows, maybe Lucky will keep his survival a secret from the Alliance for some reason. So, yeah, and just be spying on them from the shadows, how Boom did. And, be turning invisible and all of that, just watching them. So, yeah, but anyways, that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.